Here's a time during childhood that I thought I was normal, but I couldn't accomplish normal things. And I really loved what I was doing. And I always thought I was like a different brush, but no matter how small I went, I made my own brushes. But as I got older, not being able to keep your hands straight and having it shake all over the place when you try to paint small things, that's not a problem with the brush. And I knew that my hand was shaking at the time. I knew that it felt uncomfortable to try to keep it still. And I knew my paint work, no matter who, I have so much more experience than somebody just picking it up. How can that guy paint a belt without it going so crazily up and down? I mean, I go in the lines okay when I'm drawing and like a color picture, but painting a small little model figure of a guy with a metal sword, a metal body, a stand, and you add texture to it, everything's ready to go. Why can't I hold my hand steady to glue the sword in? My hand keeps on shaking, both of them, and I can't, no matter what I do, I can't keep my hand still enough to get the glue to hold the sword. No matter what glue I use, and when I try to paint, my hand just won't stay still and it's very uncomfortable. The stiller I try to be, the more uncomfortable it is. Now, when am I talking about this? This is with those models that I like painting. There was even a neighbor who said that he would sell me some and convince me to do something I shouldn't have done. And I should have known better. I should have known better to take money from my mother's purse on the word of a 19-year-old or 18-year-old trying to sell their old models. I knew that that would be trouble. But at the time when you said, "Oh, just explain it to her that you got models, or explain to her what you got," it won't be a problem. Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute. She doesn't know my mother. It doesn't matter if they're models or band-aids. I'm in trouble. And that's good enough, and that's fair enough. But it's not just a punishment. It's going to be load him up with pills. Then he's going to be in his room on pills that can cause different types of downer effects, including suicidal thoughts. And then his mind's going to be doing loop-de-loops. That's a little different. And that is not something the neighbors knew about. They did not know I would be taking a cocktail of multiple dangerous pills the same night that I'm in trouble for doing something I definitely should not be doing and I deserve a spanking or a punishment for. Yes, I deserve to be sent to my room. But as far as the pills go, that was a punishment on its own. Now, did I realize that the shaking was not normal? Did I realize bumping in the furniture and getting scabs all the time and having my watch break on door handles because my arm spasmed, and when I try to keep my arm absolutely still, I get this very uncomfortable shock type feeling going into my back, and the more still I try to be with the hand to make the belt or hold the glue, the worse the and the noise comes out of me like that. So, what does it all mean? When did it start? Well, it all started when I took a handful of medication with my mother handing it to me, and then I lost my vision and I woke up like this. And oh, that's right, there was an emergency call, but my mother said that, oh yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. I don't need an ER. Yeah, my breathing was slowing down. I couldn't talk. My speech was totally off. I went unconscious. I couldn't stand up or feel any of my body. When I woke up, I was sucking on my skin, and my mother was trying to call that suicide. She was bringing me the doctor saying, he's suicidal. See, he's soaking on his skin. He's suicidal. He's sucking on his skin. Meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck has happened to my body. But let me see. At the age of 12, 13, did I know that not keeping my hands straight with a paintbrush was not normal? And that's why everybody else, even with no practice, could paint a belt on these small little figures better than me. No matter how many times I did it, a beginner would still make a straighter belt paint than me. Or paint on a belt, belt painted. None of those seem right. I don't like it. Okay. I'm actually feeling that right now on my back as I try to speak to you, and I have a lozenge in my mouth that I don't want to choke on. I have it in my lip, kind of like some people do dip. I'll break a 4 milligram lozenge in half, and I'll put 2 milligrams in my lip, and then I'll shut up and move it to my cheek. And then most of the time I spit it out early. And I'm only doing this until I no longer have a smoking roommate that doesn't listen, senile. I mean, he has a good heart, but oh boy, is this guy's mind gone.